Welcome everyone to Arts, Cuts, and Everything in Between. I'm your host, Eileen, aka Eileen the Little Crafter. Additional information about this podcast show and the Little Crafter Show, which is on YouTube, can be found on my website, eileenthelittlecrafter.com. So today I decided that I am going to have a very special guest, my co-host in life, David San Jose, my husband. Hey, hon.
Hello.
It's been a while. Welcome to season 2.
Season 2?
Yeah, this is season 2.
Oh, okay.
Jeez Louise, that's how much you pay attention to my podcast.
I pay attention. It's just, I didn't know you were going the whole seasons.
Hiya. Anyways, you see the love. Seriously, one day I'm going to have the husband, whatchamacallit, a husband versus wife, whatchamacallit. But in any case, this episode is, well, before I get into the whatchamacallit, there's one announcement I would like to make, and that is I would like to say happy birthday to my aunt Lorraine. Happy birthday and many more. So it is Gas Monkey versus Street Outlaws. So there is a lot to talk about, Mr. San Jose. Where do you want to get though even first? Well, first off, do not let me know who won the race. I know that it's probably out there on the internet.
Actually, no, I tried to look for it. I haven't found it.
No, you didn't.
Of course I did. I want to know. I mean, it already happened.
I
want to know who won. But
if you found out, or if you guys found out, please don't let me know. I don't want to know. I want to wait. Even though it's a pain in the butt to wait, but I'm going to wait. All right, so there's a lot going on. There's 2 races, and Aaron has left Gas Monkey. So what do you want to start with first? About the races, about the cars, about the...
Whatever you want to talk about.
Alright, so let's...
Pop into your head?
The first thing that popped into my head is the big bombshell of Aaron leaving, their master mechanic leaving. I kind of feel like he left them hanging. And I know we talked about this, your reasoning behind this, but for me, this is my... Yo, I'm telling you, this always happens. Always, never fails. Every time I do a flipping podcast, my cats decide that they want to,
They want to be involved.
They want to put their 2 cents in.
I excuse her for now.
I literally had to, my other podcast, I literally had to take it off because I felt so bad. You guys were hearing my cats fight. Seriously. But in any case, guys, we're going to try to make this work. I kind of feel like, he accepted the challenge, thinking that Aaron was going to help him build the car, drive it, and they were going to win. Then Aaron comes back, and he's all excited. Hey, we got this challenge because, the fans want to see it, and we want to do it. We don't back down, so-called, or quotations, but you can see them, so. Okay, so what was I going to say? With Aaron in mind of building and driving the car, and then he comes in and he says quit. That he quits. So that leaves,
That leaves Richard holding the bag.
Seriously.
But I feel it's good for him though. Aaron needed a change. He had a lot of his own little projects he wanted to get to. He is a master mechanic, self-taught from what I understand, if I'm not mistaken. And he mentioned that the last 5 years felt like 20.
Yeah.
So. And
it looked like 20. I mean, compared to.
Look at him.
Yeah.
He's got gray in his beard. I mean, I know a lot of time has passed. He's gonna get older, and we don't watch the show that much, but the little bit we do watch, I could see that the stress builds on him.
Yeah, I can see that.
I thought he was more like a partner because of the show and all this other stuff, but I guess not. But it's good for him. He had his own projects he wanted to do, and running around building cars for somebody else when you got your own things to do that you want to do gets a little hard, I guess.
Yeah, no, I know. My thing is just that I think that he, I don't know, maybe should have waited until after. I kind of felt like the timing was really bad because he already, and this is the thing that kind of upset me. When Richard Rollins accepted the challenge for, what was the name of that other people? I forget the name.
The Street Outlaws.
Not Street Outlaws, the other one.
Oh, roadkill?
Yeah, roadkill. He was basically like kind of ticked off because he was just like, oh, I don't care about public opinion. I'll just do this just for fun. He just seemed like he was annoyed by the fans saying, oh, we want them to race. We want them to race. We want them to race. And then...
They realized how much money there is in it. I'm sure they made some money.
Yeah.
Advertising, the Dodge sponsorships.
Oh, so that came all about, you think?
Yeah.
Due to that.
The Hellcat was a promotion. The Hellcat was a promotion, and then they got to use the cars later.
Okay, I gotcha. So now, all of a sudden, it's...
So it was a promotional thing. That was for Roadkill Nights. That helped Roadkill, too.
So basically, it was a win.
Everybody made some money.
So basically, it was a win-win situation. So now,
everything like that is a win-win situation.
So Rollins is basically saying, "Oh well, now I can do it again somehow."
And plus, this is another Discovery show, so it's easier.
Yeah, it is easier.
The other one was a YouTube show from Motor Trend.
Yeah, true that. But Motor Trend,
Motor Trend is a big corporation.
Has a big following in terms of like. On Discovery, they do some shows every now and again, and I think the BBC one the
That's not Motor Trend.
No, not Motor Trend, but they do a lot of heavy sponsorships for a lot of their
Oh yeah, they sponsor.
Yeah, they sponsor a lot of their programming and stuff like that. Yeah, I know, guys. She's a girl. Yeah. I get that a lot when I'm in cars and I tell cab drivers, "Oh, your brakes need fixing." I tell David this all the time. He just looks at me. He's just laughing, right, hon? Anyway, okay. So you okay? You're rubbing your eyes over there.
They're itchy.
Ugh, always itchy eyes. All right. So moving on along. All right. So, do you think that he knew ahead of time, or do you kind of felt like all of this was staged and he's a really good actor? I mean, because at one point he really looked like...
No, Rawlings looked like he was about to start crying, so I think they caught... I mean, I know a lot of the reality, air quotes, in the show is staged, so some of it might be staged, some of it might be they're finding out for the first time, but I highly doubt it, because I think they already knew what they were going to talk about.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Rawlings would have said, "What the..." with a couple of 4-letter words.
Beep, beep, beeps, yeah.
What do you mean you're quitting on me?
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
So I'm sure they talked about how they were going to shoot the scene and all this other nonsense.
Yeah, so basically Rollins was just reacting to...
But the part about what he looked like, he said he was talking about, "Oh, I think I'm going to throw up." I think he really meant that part. That's how he was feeling.
Nah.
Like he said, 14 years.
Yeah.
He went to Aaron and told him, "Listen, come with me, we're going to do blah, blah, blah." 14 years later, look what they built.
Yeah, a really interesting, fun empire, and
I mean, he has an empire.
Yeah. So
That's why I thought that Aaron was part of that empire, meaning like he had a big stake in it or something. Because I'm not gonna have my name on something, and I'm just on the payroll. No, I don't think so.
I think he does. I just think that he's more silent than anything, but
Who knows?
He may just not be part of the show, but he still may be some type of producer or something. And the other thing that's kind of weird is, what about that other show that they sit down and do? I forget the name of it. Roadkill Nights or something like that?
Oh, I forgot what it's called, where they watch videos. I wonder what they're gonna do there if they still have that show. I forgot the name of the show.
Yeah, no, that one. I wasn't too crazy about that one. I kind of felt
that was just them. That's like them watching the world's scariest crashes or something, and they just react to it. That's all that was.
Yeah, that's basically that didn't seem like anything new or interesting to me. Yeah. If they were talking about people about, like maybe building the cars, like other people building different types of cars and stuff like that, then I probably would have been more interested, but that wasn't my thing. Okay, so now in the middle of all this, Richard Rollins and the rest of the team basically still have a race to build with the guys from Street Outlaw. So tonight we watched
part 3.
It's just
the Mega Race Build Part 3. That was Part 3.
This is Part 3? Did we watch Part 1?
Part 1 was the beginning of him quitting.
And then that was...
Then Part 2 was when he bought that BMW he was going to race.
Okay, so let's talk about Part 2. So, yeah. So let's talk about part 2 before we talk about part 3. Okay, there was a lot of interesting things. The guys found out that Aaron is leaving. Some of them were like, big deal for whatever. Not even like hurrah, but some of them were upset. It seemed like they were.
Yeah, that one guy, I forgot his name. Well, he goes, yeah, we're losing our master mechanic, and he puts up air quotes. I think he was jealous.
You think so?
Yeah.
Or you think that basically it's like
I think he was just jealous that Aaron was the head monkey, so to say, and he wanted to be the head monkey. And I think now that Aaron stepped down, he might be on the way to being the head monkey unless Richard finds somebody better, because we all know Richard's in it for the money. If you ain't making him no money, he ain't gonna.
True. And
look, to build a race car, he brought in a race team.
True that, yeah.
I think those are the guys that race his race car, because he has a Gas Monkey race car that they race.
Yeah. So I mean, do you think that that's fair compared to the guys that got Gas Monkey that basically are in their own right really good street racers, but here?
Well, they're race car drivers as well.
So,
I mean, but they don't have the money that Rawlings has and the other racing
so
teams.
Do you think that it was fair that he even though they're still technically part of the air quotations over here, part of the Gas Monkey umbrella, so to speak, from his team, do you think that it was fair that Richard brought them in to help with this car now that Aaron's
I would
down?
figure that they would have figured he'd do that, because Richard's not a mechanic that I know of. I mean, he might know how to do certain things, but Richard is the money man. He said it a lot of times.
But he already has guys already at the shop, so...
Yeah, but those guys don't build race cars. They build cars, but not race cars.
Okay, so I see your point in there.
They build hot rods. They build custom cars. They don't build... They've helped Aaron build a couple of race cars.
But they...
Because Aaron is the one that... Like, when they built the other car to race the roadkill guys... That was Aaron's idea. So
why didn't they just take kind of the same other principles and kind of just swap it in? Or do you think that they just needed somebody...
Because they made the rules that it has to have a steel roof. Even though the other one had steel roof and fenders.
Do you think that it was...
I don't know. Their idea of a street car is far different than my idea of a street car.
Gotcha.
My idea of a street car is... my car is sitting out on the street. And you make it fast. These guys are taking a tube chassis, slapping some some quarter panels and a roof on it, and ripping out the VIN tag and calling it a street car. If I were to do that and try to drive it on the street, I'd get thrown in jail. Because it's not legal.
Yeah.
It's not a street car.
No, so basically...
I can't take that to DMV and say, hey, here's my car. I built it myself.
So
I mean, I would have to go through a lot of paperwork, and they'd have to check a lot of things, but... These aren't street cars. They're race cars.
So technically, these guys may or may not... Well, in the long run, they're probably going to lose a little money. And then in the long run, they'll probably gain it back because...
Oh, they're going to take... Even if they... I doubt they'll lose because they're race cars. That's what they do.
Yeah, so they'll continue to race it somehow.
Even if they lose a little money or even if they don't win, they'll take that car and make money with it in street racing and in their... Because they do racing and other... competition.
So either which way, so technically
the street outlaws.
The street outlaws, and then Gas Monkey could probably sell it.
Gas Monkey will probably sell the car and somebody will buy it because Gas Monkey built it.
Yeah.
Or they'll say, oh, the first build without Aaron. And they might say, oh yeah, let's buy it.
Yeah. And it was built by so-and-so, so, I mean, I don't even know if... Alright, so which brings me to my third question. And this is part 3, where Chief really had some funny things to say about Richard Rawlings and hilarious things. And I was commenting because we were watching, I think it was season 1, and I was saying, it's a shame that Chief and the gang don't look like they were having fun, like in season, like as a recent, like in season 1 and 2, before it got more serious with everything that's going on, and especially after his accident, I kind of felt like they just got really serious and just something is missing. But today's episode kind of brought that back. It was really funny.
When they crashed the car.
Yeah, when they crashed the car, because they were trying to use it as a bowling ball. I figured that was a dumb idea. I knew something. I'm just glad nobody was hurt at that. But
something I want to do.
No,
but,
not happening.
Well, we need property.
We're not. One, we need property, and two, you're not doing nothing crazy like that. But that's just me. Moving right along. Why do you do these things? All right. So, which brings me back to the question. Chief and Sean are basically saying, "Oh, they brought in hired guns." Like, now, do you think that's true, or do you think that's not really true? Or
you should have expected that from Rawlings. Rawlings not gonna do everything himself, or have his guys do everything. Even they don't build everything. The Outlaws, even they don't build everything. They work on their own cars.
Yeah.
But let's say the engine needs work, they have somebody that does that for them.
True.
They need a chassis. They have sometimes they have somebody that'll build the chassis for them. They just happen to be taking this one that they just bought and rebuilding it. But most of the time, they're kind of like everybody else. Well, you buy something, you slap it together, and you build it.
And you just basically learn how to maintain it.
Yeah, and then you learn how to take care of it, or maintain it, and upgrade it. It's like not everybody builds everything from the ground up. To do that, you have to do engines, transmissions, rear end. I mean, there's guys that do all that stuff, but then there's guys that'll he'll buy this rear end, he'll buy this transmission, he'll buy this thing. And it's still being built.
Yeah.
So even when you say, like Richard only throws money at it, you're still spending the money, and somebody's doing the work.
Yeah.
So he might not have built it, but he paid for it, so it kind of counts.
And the fact that kind of, sort of. I mean, I kind of understand what they're saying with the street outlaws.
Yeah, when they were making fun of rich guys. Oh, they just throw money and expect to win. They want to teach these rich guys, like they said, that money ain't gonna buy you a win.
Yeah.
Which is also, it could be true. I mean, these guys, they race their junk. Like they said, the matte black paint job, they look like crap, but they're fast as hell.
Yeah. So basically, I don't think their cars look bad, but in color and the paint wise, but that's just me. I don't know. I kind of see both points. It's kind of like, I understand that, yes, because they're racing the car, they're building the car, and they're not getting any type of specialized help. And then, but the thing is, it's just that Richard is getting the help, but at the same time, he also kind of, I think, not owns them, but
yeah, I don't know if he owns them or he just owns the car. I forgot.
Yeah, so basically, it's like, and he
sponsors them.
Sponsors them, so they're kind of, so. I mean, so technically, they're
Midwest Street Cars is a race team.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their shop. They work on people's cars. They help people build their race cars or their pause.
Alright.
We're a little interrupted there by the boy. But
the boy is not the teen.
Yeah, the big teen. But where was I?
Yeah.
Something about.
You don't know whether or not if they're sponsored or if how their relationship works, but
I don't know how the relationship works, but
so technically it's like air quotes. They're still kind of part of the Gas Monkey family, and therefore they can be considered. Hey, come help me build this car.
I mean, in the end, it's gonna be fun to watch for the 3 seconds that the whole thing's gonna last.
All right.
Wait, 3, 4, maybe 6 seconds, 7 seconds. Okay. 15 minutes to watch the whole thing. No, 15 seconds.
I mean, but technically, there's still some drama of Gas Monkey crashed the car.
About how they are a race. Midwest is a race.
Yeah.
They do build race cars. Well, tune race cars. And they do race. Big Chief, Sean. I mean, I know they're not talking about Doc and all these other guys now, but they're all NHRA licensed track racers. Or not track racers, but they race their cars at all the events. So they're kind of like what this other team that Rawlings brought in is what they do. But the other team has a lot more money behind them than these guys. These guys are for themselves.
Yeah.
Not like the team, somebody is sponsoring them, and they get all.
Okay, so you're the team that you're talking about that isn't sponsored is basically just so that everybody kind of follow.
Like Midwest
is Midwest basically
they
known
get
as
sponsors
street
and like parts.
Street outlaws, yeah.
The outlaws, the street outlaws.
Okay.
The other one is I think I think if I remember right they race with the Gas Monkey car, which Richard Rawling owns. He owns the car, and he gives them money, and that's why his Gas Monkey's all over the car because he pays for that.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, so now, because the funny thing is that there's a meme going out.
Oh, that meme you saw.
Yeah, it says woo. Something about
I would have had it won, but my bracelet got caught and I missed third gear, something like that.
Oh my god, it was said on tonight's show, which was really cool. So if you had to guess, who would you say, Gas Monkey or Street Outlaws for the win? For the W, for the W.
I say Chief is going to win.
Why is that?
Because they're not Kai Kelly. Kai Kelly's his kryptonite. As far as the TV show goes.
Oh god. Honestly, I can't stand that man. I think that he's way too cocky, but that's just me.
Chief is cocky.
I don't know, but Chief, I like Chief. I don't know what it is.
What, you like his build and crooked teeth?
No, it's not even about that. He kind of reminds me of you, I guess.
With the crooked teeth and all, right?
No. I don't know. It's just something about him. And I can honestly see myself like hanging out with him saying, you telling him, dude, seriously, like he's just like one of those down south people that I can seriously say, I would like to, hang out with and shoot the breeze with. And I'd love to have them, have them guys, except for Doc. Couldn't stand Doc. Who else I can't stand? The no sleeve guy.
Oh, Derek.
Derek. The one that drives.
Oh, and Reaper.
Oh, Reaper. Ugh. Them three guys. No. Yeah. Now, so now that we said that, I honestly, for my pick, oh boy, that's a really tough call right about now. So I'm not gonna pick anybody. I'm just gonna wait and see whoever wins. Good luck to them. I know that the car that Gas Monkey is working on just recently got into somewhat of a fender bender. For I think it was episode
in the last
episode 2, they got into a little bit of a fender bender test. Yeah, so it kind of sucked.
But they basically fixed it already.
More this way.
They basically fixed it.
Yeah, because I want to make sure the mic hit.
Yeah, I got sorry.
So they, and basically, so it's kind of funny that Big Chief and the guys are building. They're
bringing back the Crow.
They're bringing back the Crow, which is interesting. I love the car. That car was good, and I kind of, the Crow might kind of grew on me a little bit, but I kind of miss the Crow. I think that the Crow was a much better fit for him, in terms of just driving and more confidence, and I think that it just seemed, I don't know, it's kind of a split decision, but I'm kind of glad that they're building something and bringing back the Crow, because every now and again he can switch it up, and that'd be pretty awesome to see the Crow back in action. So speaking of other races, all right, in the middle of all this, don't want to know how, and I mean, whoever came up with this idea, it was pretty cool. That Farm Truck and Asian did not want to be left out of the builds of sorts.
Oh, the racing, so they called out Kaufman. They called out Aaron. Which
was pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, I like Asian and Farm Truck. I wish they would do more racing and stuff like that. When they do the fishing, is pretty cool.
Yeah, the fishing is fun.
I like the fact that the guys use them as like their gatekeeper. You got to race them before you can get on the list. But the first car they bought was really, oh my god.
Oh, when they bought that Malibu.
Oh, that was a turd.
Yeah, that wasn't worth the $500 they gave for it.
What did you say about it?
I said I could buy a running car for $500.
sure.
I drive a car that was bought for, no, it was bought for $600, but it was running. And it's still running.
Just 100 more. So basically, they had to buy something else, which hopefully...
I've bought cars for less than $500 that were running. That Volvo, I paid $475 for, remember?
What?
The Volvo, I paid like $475 for it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Less
that's
than $500 running and everything.
Yeah, that car was really good.
I mean, not a race car, but I could have thrown... Their budget is, what, $15,000? I could have, if I had that kind of money, I could have thrown the other $10,000, oh no, $14,000 into it, and I would have built a fast Volvo.
Over my dead body, but that's another story for another day.
It's another podcast.
Yeah,
find me another Volvo. And
you really want these people to know how much I would murder you if I found out you spent that much money on a flipping car. You do.
A brand new car costs more than $15,000.
You would never buy a brand new car.
That's true. Unless I hit the lotto.
I know you. I
work on these things every day, and I don't want the headache.
Okay, so Aaron is building, what kind of car was it again?
I think it's a 95, I think he said. A BMW.
Yeah.
M something. I forgot, in all honesty. I came unprepared. I didn't read the script. You didn't send me the script, honey.
You always do these things on whatchamacallit. We don't do, you and I...
We're supposed to get a script and follow the script.
Dude, you're helping me out because the other podcast got ruined
how is this production going to take off
if you don't
follow the script?
Your cats, when they start fighting in the middle of a podcast...
Well, like you and I are fighting right now? You got to get a script.
I just mean... You see
We're
what
professionals
I
here.
What am I gonna do with you? Seriously, you're gonna drive me nuts. You're gonna drive me to drink.
Yeah, it's a BMW. Mm-hmm. Which I kind of like. I kind of like that he bought a kit, or he went to some place that makes kits, and they put V8 engines, American V8 engines, into a European car. That is just crazy.
Considering
I would love to see something like that in person.
Yeah.
But nobody around here got money for that, and I ain't got money for that. I'd buy a BMW and do that.
Yeah, because he said something. He said that the brakes, a lot of people...
he said he's keeping most of the brakes and suspension. It's pretty good to begin with, I think.
Yeah, I remember that's what he said, and then, but the motor leaves room to something to be desired. More or less,
BMWs are fast. Don't get nobody wrong. They are pretty quick, but they're not what they're looking to build. Mm-hmm. They're looking to build. I don't know what they're building there. If it's a race car, a track car, I don't know what it is. But.
The engine, was it the engine or was it the car itself, kind of stock, ready to race? Or did I hear that wrong?
I think you heard something wrong.
Oh. Okay.
He was just looking for something to build that could qualify for like the racing and for autocross course they were planning, because there's going to be 3 events.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Drag race, an autocross, and then to be determined
by the winner of the 2.
I think something like that. He said.
Okay.
So he's building his BMW.
So
like I said, with an 8-cylinder motor, American motor.
I think that should be interesting. Sounds very interesting.
I need to
fun.
find out what that kit is. Then I'm gonna buy a 95 BMW.
I don't think so. Nope, not happening.
Oh, we can't do things like... Well, actually, no. We can get away with that up here because it's a 95, so there's no emissions testing. So I can get away with that.
You see what I gotta have to deal with?
So I can buy a 95.
Somebody save me!
Register it as a 95,
nope,
whatever. 3.0 engine, whatever.
Nope.
But I could put in a 6-liter.
Nope. Nope, not happening.
Can I buy a 95 Jeep and do that?
No, I'm gonna stick in the mud. Nope. You're not wrapping yourself around a tree. You're not bumping into any buildings or taking off any bumpers or whatever, making noise and disturbing the peace. Nope.
I can't disturb the peace?
No. Considering now that they just put a new what's that? Stoplight on our corners.
Is it there already?
It looks like it's gonna be functioning soon. Can't wait. Been wanting that. I'm excited about this. There's this one particular corner in our neighborhood, guys. The only good thing that has happened, well, I mean, there's a few good things that happened since the neighborhood has been renovated. That they finally put a stoplight in a particular corner that a lot of people were.
They're working on it.
It's up. It just needs to be connected, I guess.
Well, I didn't notice when I got home.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. You never notice these things. That's
gonna suck.
I have to point. I always have to.
That's really gonna suck.
Why is it gonna suck?
Because I'm gonna think there's a stop sign and I'm just gonna blow right through on Wilson and I'm gonna have to pay attention to a light now. What?
Just let everybody know where we live.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them the address too. Wow, let them know the street. Wow.
I don't give that info up. All right. Anyways.
I didn't tell them we live in Queens.
Anyways, I just meal. They already know that it's in Brooklyn, New York, dude. You were such a dunkoff.
I didn't tell them it was a tree-lined street. The big mansion we live in.
You know what? I'm gonna beat you up. Seriously. Anyway, like I was saying, so Asian and Farm Truck had to go. I kind of agree with Asian what he did about the second car.
That first build, yeah, it's too much money,
and it's gonna take too much time. I totally agree with him. I think that he made a really smart call. It's just, I just hope that their second car, they can, get it from point A to point B.
Find out next week.
Oh.
Next week is part 4, I guess, and then after that is the race.
Oh, okay, so...
Because they said it's March 27th.
Is it Street Outlaws that's on, or is it Gas Monkey that's on?
I think it's going to be on both. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So basically, alright, sounds cool. Can't wait. So basically, we're going to see what's going on and how they get going. So in this particular race, who do you think is going to win?
That one is anybody's race, because I have no idea what they're really doing yet.
Okay, so yeah, because it kind of is.
Because they said it's going to be like a couple of events. It's not just a street race.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a drag race most likely, an autocross, and something else to be determined still. So I don't.
Who do you think should drive, Asian or Farm Truck?
Farm Truck's probably gonna drive for the race. I think Farm Truck's a better racer than Asian. Yeah, I know Asian's a racer, but I like Farm Truck.
Now that I think about it, I don't remember seeing Asian race that much.
He races the Dung Beetle.
Oh yeah, I mean he does alright. Honestly, I think in terms of a street race, I think that Farm Truck will take it, and win. In terms of like if they're doing the cross racing, I think that Aaron will take it for that one. So it might be
what the tiebreaker might be.
We might have to see what the tiebreaker is. Honestly, I know that Aaron is really good in that he's done some whatchamacallit. I don't know if the other guys
done some road racing and some drag races.
Yeah, so I think that he might take the second race. But the first one I definitely give it up to Farm Truck and Asian. So anything else you'd like to say about this? What do you think about this whole thing? Do you think that it's pretty cool that they're kind of doing a...
I think ratings for one of the shows went down, and that's why they did this.
Which one do you think? If you had to just take
a guess, I think maybe for the Outlaws, because Rollins is always promoting himself, so it doesn't matter.
True that. Honestly, yeah, possibly. I still like the Outlaws. I really think. I just wish that they kind of brought a little bit back the fun without too much of the craziness, because we don't need to see anybody getting hurt. I just don't like the bickering that goes on when they're doing the list race and stuff like that.
But that's
I guess it's
They're
part
racing.
of the
That's
show.
part
Yeah.
of the show. And that's part of the racing.
Yeah.
You're always gonna say, "Oh, you cheated. Oh, I didn't see the light." Oh,
No, I think the smack talk sometimes it's just.
Oh, that's part of the game. That's to get into the other guy's head.
I just think, I don't know, like watching them race. I think New Orleans the first time around, and then the second time around, it kind of seems like nothing has much changed. I think Kai Cully got even more cockier. In the beginning, he was a little more quiet, in when we first saw him, and then all of a sudden we see him kind of get more cocky and more louder, and his group is just right behind him. Rah, rah, rah. But in the beginning, his group was rah, 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 but kind of now more it's more or less.
They got a show out of being on this show.
Probably
they got their own show. I don't know if it's coming back.
Yeah. No, I didn't like it. I watched it a couple of times. I was not impressed. I was like,
It's almost the same thing.
No, I felt like it was missing something.
A bunch of accents.
No, I don't mind their accents. I just felt like it was missing something. I just didn't feel like the show had the same pizzazz, and that it just had a lot more. I don't know. Even though Chuck could, geez Louise, I have no idea. That man just irritates me beyond repair. I don't know why it rubs me the wrong way. I have no idea. Alrighty, so you ready to wrap this bad boy up?
Yes, sure.
So, you coming back or what?
I always come back.
Ay, Dios mío. Alrighty, guys. As always, thank you so much for listening, and I will be back next Tuesday. Maybe with another podcast with Mr. San Jose. Again, I am looking for people who are crafty with planners, whether you are just starting out, whether you have been using a planner for a while, or if you are a shop owner with planner goodies. Please give me an email if you would like to be on the show. I can do either a Skype or phone call on my cell phone or whatever. No camera. You don't have to be on camera. We can do without questions or with questions, or I can read your questions on the air. I mean, your answers on the air. Oh man, I need a cup of coffee. So you can email me at my email address is Eileen at Eileen the Little Crafter. My website is EileenTheLittleCrafter.com. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below, or you can always email me. And thank you for listening, and bye for now.